That's great.
Nice colors.
Makeup colors. Okay, I'm going to go mute now.
So we ready to share teaching?
Yes.
Ready, set, go.
Okay.
Ready, Khenpo.
Today is I'm going to share with you the 6 Bardos. 6 Bardo. So very easy, right? Know this one, this teaching. We already talked the Bardo teaching, so that's the reason this 6 Bardo is very easy. These 6 Bardos come from learning Buddhism, source of temporary and permanent happiness. So what is a Bardo? Mean intermediate state or the term between. So Bardo is a Tibetan word. The meaning in English is intermediate state or the term between. So that means Bardo. The period lasting from when something begins until it comes to an end and something else comes into being. It is not only the time occurring after death as commonly taught. So usually the commonly taught is Bardo means like, you know, when we auto breath is gone, undertake the birth. So the whole between is called the Bardo. Usually people think that, but here is like talking about the Bardo means generally. The general means like many ways, you know, we have intermediate state or the term between. So this break down the 6 different levels or numbers. That's followed by the whole samsara, you know, cyclic existence, the whole thing followed by. So that's the reason it is not only the time occurring after death as commonly taught. 6 Bardos, which is the 6 Bardos. So they have names here. There are 6 Bardos. Natural Bardo of birth. So when we take the birth, that is called the birth Bardo. Sometimes called birth Bardo, sometimes we call living Bardo. So that's natural Bardo of birth. It goes like until die. So that's all it's called natural Bardo of birth. Its main point is living Bardo, right? Now we are in the living Bardo. Bardo of dreaming or delusion of sleep. So that is part of the birth Bardo, living Bardo. So actually different experience. That's why it's called the dreaming Bardo. When we first sleep, our go sleep and until wake up, so we mind is follow the delusion. Actually, right now, of course, we are deluded. Then sleeping comes dream is more deluded, one extra delusion. So that experience, our experience is different than during the wake up time. So when you wake up and you just same is like you will recognize right now what we're doing, mind, body, connections, and we have lots of thoughts. So anyway, body has more power. When you go to sleep, then just body is the same as the dead, mind can go everywhere, so can get everywhere wherever the thoughts can arise. Same is in the intermediate state. In the intermediate state, these Bardo beings, when thought comes, they get right over there. So because they don't have a physical form body. In the dream, so you don't have physical form body, you have illusory body, or kind of a mental form body, so you can get everywhere wherever you arise dream, so you can get there. So that's the reason the dream is different experience today when right now we are in the living. So that's why part of dreaming or delusion of sleep. And then part of meditation or meditative concentration. So that's also part of this birth Bardo, living Bardo. So part of meditation also different experience, no same experience, totally different experience. When you meditate, then your mind is usually what we does is different. Usually our mind is followed by thoughts and emotion controlled, and always focus for the worldly activities. And our mind is control us. So mind has a power. Mind is control us. Actually, mind is controlled by emotion. Emotion is come from thoughts. Thoughts is come from self. Self is come from ignorant. So due to ignorant, have a thought, self. As long as I have self, is thought arise. Thought comes, emotion arise. Emotion controlled our mind. The mind control us. Actually, us means just this five aggregates all together is called us. I and my. So mind is like one part of that. So that's the reason mind usually control us. So when you meditate, we control the crazy monkey mind. And we watch the crazy monkey. Crazy monkey cannot destroy, like example, like crazy monkey is at your home. So then goes everywhere, jumps everywhere, so destroy your in the whatever you have at home. So the crazy monkey can destroy. So same like that. Usually our crazy mind control us, and then crazy mind bring the emotions, thoughts, and we are become suffering. Crazy mind control us. So destroy our peace and happiness. Same as a crazy monkey destroy everything at home. So now when you meditate, you control the crazy mind. Same as like you control the crazy monkey. So your monkey is tied in the pillar. The monkey cannot destroy, cannot jump all over the place. So like that, we control our mind, use our awareness and mindful. So awareness is the same as a pillar. Mindful is the same as a rope. So the rope tied monkey in the pillar. Monkey cannot jump all over the place. So like that, when we meditate, use the mind for and awareness, control our crazy mind. So then that time, we are different than usually we doing worldly activities. So mind follow the thoughts. So that's all control to become changed. So become is different. Then we get the more, we can get the more peaceful arise. Peaceful or happy, that's arise our mind because we control the crazy mind, subdue the crazy mind. So then arise the peace and the joy, happiness comes. So that is the meditation. Part of meditation is totally different state, different experience. So that's why it's called part of meditation or meditative concentration. That too, part of dreaming, part of meditation. This both is part of birth. But our birth is very long because when we born to enter die, so all living is called the part of birth. That is a long section. Then dreaming, meditation is always short sections there. So that's all is part of the living Bardo. So this three, we didn't talk when we shared the, Bardo hearing liberation teaching. When we shared that, so we started the Bardo of death. We didn't talk about that term, Bardo of birth, Bardo of dreaming, Bardo of meditation. So right now where we are, right now we are in the Bardo of birth. So when you go for sleeping, that time your mind is deluded, you are dreaming Bardo. Okay, this moment, right now, this moment, which part of that three? So right now, this moment we are meditation or meditative concentration, Bardo of meditation. Right now we are in the Bardo of meditation. So when you listening teaching is contemplate, cultivating, so that is a part of meditation, is intellectual meditation. So now this moment we are part of meditation. Then when we finish teaching, so you go back to regular doing walks and things. That time, then you are in the part of birth. So you have to understand that when you go into the meditate, your mind become not follow the thoughts, no create emotions, become your mind is your controlled, watch your mind, crazy mind. So that time we are in the meditation. So this three thing is birth, Bardo, dreaming, Bardo, meditation, Bardo. That still is most important. Actually, most important than Bardo of death. When Bardo of death comes, nothing much we can do. So what we can do right now in the Bardo of living, Bardo of birth, we can do. So Bardo of death comes, actually we don't have much choice. It's kind of too late. So Bardo of death, right now, we have to preparing for Bardo of death. Living Bardo, we have preparing for Bardo of death. So that's the reason what we have to do in the Bardo of birth. In the Bardo of birth, we have to meditate, practice. So create accumulation merit. Then also, the subdued the emotions. So, the abandon the non-virtuous deeds. So the reason is when we die, nothing can help us. Only virtuous deeds, non-virtuous deeds is our company. Other everything is useless. When part of death comes, everything is useless. Only two things accompany us. That is like virtuous deeds, non-virtuous deeds. Virtuous deeds result is happiness. Non-virtuous deeds result is suffering. That's why. So everyone want happiness. We have to know what is the causes of happiness. What is the causes of suffering? So causes of happiness is practice Dharma. virtuous deeds. So that result is naturally happiness. That's just know something like, create. It's nature of law of phenomena. So what means nature of law of phenomena means the thing about the fire. Fire is heat. The fire is naturally heat. So anyone touch the fire is burn, can burn, So that is the nature of fire. Same like that, virtuous deeds naturally benefit, no virtuous naturally get suffering. So that is a natural law of phenomena. Think about the medicine can recover the illness. That is the nature of medicine. And poison, nature is get sick. So who get poison is get sick. The reason is because this is all is there has that nature. So nature means like the happening like that. Example, the fire is heat. So the why is heat? It is nature of phenomena. You don't no need more than that reason, So same like that. Virtuous deeds result is natural happiness. No virtuous deeds result is naturally suffering. That's the reason in the right now we are in the living Bardo. So we have to create virtuous deeds. The reason is when we die, we want liberate, we want happiness. We don't want to get suffering, yeah? So that's why it's living Bardo is very important. So yogis, practitioners understand this living Bardo is the most important place. And when you get death Bardo, then not much can change. So no, right now we are in the living Bardo, so we have to study, contemplate this herring liberation. And then of course much of our meditate, practice, yidam deity, they all head into our death Bardo and the reality Bardo. So now we have a choice. So we can change our, we can change this Bardo of death, Bardo of reality, Bardo of experience. So we can change that. Change by in the right now we are in the living Bardo. So living Bardo is very important. Have to cultivate, practice Dharma. Then Bardo of death comes. Bardo of death. Bardo of death is called when doctors say, okay, you cannot survive, medicine cannot help you, so we cannot do anything. When the doctor's decision, then whatever we do, the rituals, practice doesn't help. When you eat medicine, doesn't help you, and whatever does cures doesn't have anything. So that time then started is called Bardo of death. Bardo of death is arise. So then what we have to do when Bardo of death arises, so we have to put effort and calling our Ru Guru and devotion to the Yidam deity, try to mind like into the Mahamudra meditation state. So what we did practice in the living Bardo, so we have to recall all this again in the Bardo of death. So then outer breath is stopped, inner breath is ceased. So that time, then Bardo of reality arises. So this Bardo of death, Bardo of reality, kind of, together, mixed up together. what means like reality is like experience. Bardo of death is like we stop when we are stop our breath. Breath is ceased. So that is called Bardo of death. During that time, we have some different kind of experience. So that's also we can say reality, Bardo of reality. The all different kind of experience is called Bardo of reality. So Bardo of death, first breath is auto breath is stopped. That time, they all the inner reading is arise. So that's we already talked in Bardo of hearing liberation. Bardo. I share already lot there. Inner reading is arise. That means like our ground nature is arise. What means ground nature is like reality, our mind nature. All sentient beings has Buddha nature. The nature is arising. Of course, who don't meditate, who don't practice Dharma, they don't recognize that is nature. They don't have they don't understand. They who understand that is practitioner meditations recognize that is the Dharmakaya, that is the Mahamudra. So that is my Buddha nature, state. So then, if who can recognize that, that person is liberated in the part of death. So that's also actually reality. Auto in the death of Pardo, auto breath is stopped, inner breath is there. That time, realities arise. So then, auto inner breath stopped. So then it's already gone the part of death. Inner breath is stopped. Then mind consciousness leave our body. So that time also this reality part also arise too. Different kind of experience arise. So inner breath is stopped. Then it's become go into the part of reality. Part of birth is starting from we 100% knows we're going to die, no cares. So starting that time to enter inner breath stopped. So that all is called Pardo of death. Then Pardo of reality, so consciousness is leave the body. So then also another inner readings arise. So many Pardo beings, they don't recognize they are passed away or dead. So some recognize they are dead, and they can see that their family, they can see the relatives, they can see everything what they be left behind. So this our relatives and the families, their friends, they don't see the Pardo being. So then Pardo being recognize they are dead, and that time then is called reality, Pardo of reality. Then Pardo of reality, we already talked a lot different kind of experience. Especially they talk about peaceful deities, 7 different levels. We already shared that 7 different levels. Peaceful deity arise one by one. Then after that, all the wrathful deities arise. So that is all is called Pardo of reality or innate nature dharmata. Many people can liberate in that term, Pardo of reality or innate nature dharmata. So then how long that be is also cannot really, make decisions because due to the individual level. So some has a lot of experience, some didn't have much experience. This is part of reality. Really don't know. Some is like go all through this experience, some didn't go through all the experience. That's the kind of like, people who recognize previous life. Some people who recognize previous life, there's some people didn't recognize this part of reality. They never through that loosely, the experience. I can share with you one story. The why is like not happening for everyone. Some people, not some people, just most beings, of course, have this part of reality. But many people also don't recognize that too, part of reality. The long time ago, in China, so the city area is called the Xi'an. Xi'an is like right now the China called city. The name is the state is Xi'an. One of my friends here at Dhamma Center, the Xi'an has. So the lots of Buddhist people live there, that city, the area. I heard that, So it's more like all the cultures, very important area, city in China. So what happened there is a long time ago, one person, actually not one person, one group, they went to, in the mountain or here somewhere and digging something. So then the all this mountain is a slush, right? Slush. And then this everyone is under the ground. So everyone dead. Everyone dead means like one person he in the ground. So then he pushing and he digging himself. So he get out. When he get out, so he come back to his home. So mother doing something, his wife doing something. He talked to she is in outside. She doing some like farm working. He telling her I'm come back. So we get this disaster. I die. Other everyone is gone. So I come back. So his wife didn't respond for him. He upset why she didn't respond to me. She forget me something wrong. So then he went in the wrong house. There's his kids. So I think there's one daughter. So he telling there's something for her. She also didn't respond to her. Then he upset that my family doesn't like me. So then he upset. He went to and city and one kind of library or something, public place. So he went in there. He just got his feeling is first sleeping, and the first sleeping. After he wake up, so one mother's delivering baby, and he saw that, and also another the delivery baby. So the when baby delivery, they need to cut something. I don't know what they have to cut something. So they're looking, cutting something. They're no finding that what they have to do. That he wake up, he say, "Oh, is it there? It's a knife. Is it there somewhere?" He pointing that. So then everyone's scared. Wow, this baby is like something, spirit or something. But he didn't recognize that baby is him. So he just saw the baby is delivering some mother, and then they use the knife, the cut, and then this baby. Actually, the people see the baby is talking. He actually see the baby is like separate from him. Yeah. So the people said this baby is a spirit, something. They said they have to care this. Their mother said she doesn't want to care, so her baby is whatever bad happening, she going to go through that, bear through that, and she wanted to take care. Other people told her have to care this baby because it's bad. When he born, he talk something, and then that's the reason. Due to that, that person is never talked, and that he is the mute mode or like something, someone cannot talk, mute, yeah, that kind of person. So actually he hear everything, but the boy is like scared to talk because the other going to thing is attacked him, so that thing is bad. But whatever he mentally he experience everything, remember previous life, but his body is already baby. And so then one day the one person told him, if you really hear, that person say, we know you hear, so you can talk, but you scared to talk. If you talk, and I'll not tell you anyone, just you talk, and you are no mute, so you can talk. The person told him, he slowly talks. So he listened to that person that said, not going to harm you. So that's the reason he talked. And then one day, so then he just sometimes talk about his previous life, what happening. So make everything sense for everyone. One day, so his rare family, the previous life family, has a problem with other, neighbors, because due to the farm, they don't recognize which, like the lane divisions, like which part is belong to their family, which part belong to others. Because father is dead, they don't recognize it. He kept somewhere. They don't know where is this papers. And then they say maybe this boy is like just looks like that previous father. Their families. We can ask that person. We can check that kid. So then the family went to told them, do you know that where is that paper? So the boy come all the way directly in their home, and he went into that room. He put it in the side, top of in the house. Like that time, no same like this. You can put something in the silent ceiling. Some that's the reason in older houses, like many mouse also can go in the silent, top their runnings. So he put somewhere there. He picked out and he told them, this is the paper for the land. So that person, what happening? Actually, when he died, he didn't recognize that. He take another life. Still, he has everything mental. Remember previous life. Just change the body, come back like that. So that person actually, that person is lost, like never through this part of reality or in the nature of dharmata, because he didn't recognize his death. He didn't recognize his death. He already born. So then he has all this previous life experience. Remember everything, but body is a boy, and the actually mentally is like the father of the other family. So some people that don't go lost like through part of reality, then in the Buddhist some texts that talk about some people don't don't have experience much in the Bardos. They still like remember more in the previous life. So that kind of some people lots like happening. We don't know, and most of course beings through of the part of reality. So part of reality, knows. I share you many times already. You studied already in the Pardo of Tidor, Pardo hearing liberation Pardo. So then Pardo of becoming is when we through already Pardo of reality is arise this peaceful deity, no liberated state. Then arise this wrathful deity, no recognize that, and then go into the Pardo of becoming. Pardo of becoming is like usually beings, say 49 days. So 49 days are like whole total together, Pardo of death, Pardo of reality, Pardo of becoming, all these three together is like 49 days. So that means like Pardo of becoming is more like 3 weeks, like that kind of 3 weeks. 10 days. I think more than 3 weeks. Yeah, more than 3 weeks. So maybe 35 days like that, Pardo of becoming, Pardo being stuck in there. So that's the 6 Pardos. That part is just the, beginning, starting. No 6 Pardos is called cyclic existence, the second lane. log to see this is a bird. Number one is a bird. Then death. Two is dreaming. Third is meditation. So you can see the dreaming is like person is like in the sky going somewhere, you know. So that is like kind of we have a dreaming, part of a bird, and then we have a part of dreaming. Then of course we meditate, say part of meditation. Two is dreaming and meditation. The third is you can see this, you know, when people die and birth, dreaming, meditation, death, pardo. So then arise reality, pardo, is a sun shining, is reality, pardo. Becoming is number 6, is like going to taking birth again, you know, going into the birth again. So this picture you can see is cyclic existence. And then you can see this in the more, these other pictures, it's like, you can see birth. So food state is eggs, futures, baby, child, teenagers, adult, old age, and death, and go back to again like cyclic existence. That's a samsara. So if someone like reborn to again in the human beings, just follow like that. Pardo of birth, natural pardo of birth begins when we enter a womb and at death. The pardo of meditation and dreaming are experienced within the pardo of birth. Pardo of birth, nature pardo of birth. Things that must be considered in the pardo of birth. How much time do I have left until I die? Because I will die, what is the most important thing to do with this life? So that's natural pardo of birth is called living pardo. Things we have to understand, what we have to think. So what must be considered in the pardo of birth? So what do we have to do? Most important. So think about how much time do I have left until I die. So we think that, and then because I will die, what is the most important thing to do with this life? So most important is virtuous deeds. So virtuous deeds is come with us, our companion. That's why we have to create virtuous deeds in the pardo of birth. So then pardo of dreaming or delusion of sleep begins when we fall asleep and when we waking. Characteristic of dreaming, pardo, the sense of a signed state, taste, smell, touch, and song dissolve into consciousness, no conscious feeling. So these are the of signed senses is going to dissolve. These all senses dissolve into consciousness, non-consciousness feeling. Then what happens? Karmic winds of ignorance gather and experience of things, faculties, arise as illusory dream experiences. So where does dreaming come from? See, first we have to this our king senses of all have to dissolved. So when we dissolved, become mind's unconscious feeling. That time then goes dreaming, right? Going to dreaming, then karmic winds of ignorance gather together. Karmic winds means like we have to like karmic imprints. You know, some is a previous life, some when we childhood, some is when we are teenage time, Some is like, you know, and the Edo terms, like, so we create something, our karmic, you know, imprint, karmic imprint. So that is arise in the Bardo, no, in the dream. Some is followed by previous life. Some is in this time, you know, this life we create. Some is like also sign of the future, you know, maybe tomorrow, maybe next month, next year, some signs arise too. So karmic brains of ignorance together in experience of sense faculties arise as elusive dream experiences comes. Okay, Bardo of dreaming or delusion of sleep, things that must be considered in the Bardo of dreaming. What we experience in dreams and while we are awakening are actually both illusory. Bardo of dreaming or delusion of sleep, things that must be considered in the Bardo of dreaming. See, that is dreaming. What we experience in dream and while we are awakening are actually both illusory. It's illusory. It's delusion. If you can realize when you are in a dream, you can turn your experience into virtuous practice. So then, these meditators, practitioners, they use this dream also for practicing, meditate. So that's like who has like kind of good level practice. You know, good means like already used to lots experience. They can control the dream. So they recognize the dreaming. They use that dream and take to the practice dharma. Then people also who you know practice dharma in the daytime and in the dream. So you recognize you're doing something wrong. Is you recognize you stop that in the dream. So you see something. Oh, I'm create a good karmic imprint, karma. You know, in the dream. So that means like you can use them. It's for practice. But most people don't recognize dream is a dream. You know, that's we know. Practitioners the use the dream is also become practicer. If you can realize when you are in a dream state, you can turn your experience into virtuous practice. Part of meditation or meditative concentration begins when we fall into meditative absorption, and when we cease meditation. Characteristics of meditation, no delusional experience of ordinary thinking beings. Afflictive emotions subside. Mind is completely relaxed and auspicious. Our mind do not follow subtle thought. Okay, so that is the meditation. Part of meditation is experience of ordinary sentient beings. Afflictive emotions subside. The meditation means not follow the emotion, stop the emotion. Emotions subside. The mind is completely relaxed and auspicious. And our minds do not follow the subtle thoughts. So your mind is not follow the subtle thoughts. Your mind is become into a bias, you know, like in the samadhi. So if you can stay in the samadhi, you get naturally your fear is joy and peace. So that is like different than usually what you does. That's why it's called meditation of Bardo. Bardo of meditation or meditative concentration, things that must be considered in the part of meditation, recognize the nature of the mind in meditation will be of benefit to us when we enter the part of reality. So meditation is benefit when we into the part of reality. So that's, you know, and when in this life is benefit in the dream part of, sorry about in the reality part of. So Bardo of death begins when clear signs of death start to manifest, and when the author in the inner breath has ceased the characteristic of Bardo of death. Once the process of dying begins, it cannot be stopped or reversed not by prayers, rituals, or medicine. There's nothing from this life what you can take with you. Only your spiritual practice accumulated positive karma can benefit you. So it's called Bardo of death. Nothing is going to benefit us. Only practice Dharma is become benefit us. So that time is called Bardo of death. Bardo of death. Things that must be considered in the Bardo of death. At the moment of death, it is important to let go of this life. So what do we have to do in the Bardo of death? Have to letting go, not attached to anything. Recognize nothing is used for us. Nothing is going to help us. So only virtuous deeds is help us, and calling the three jivas. So that's why point your mind towards your spiritual teacher and the three jivas. Rely on your another or practice of power. So we can use meditate and our gurus, three jivas, and recall practice. So use the power pack. Consciousness dissolve into space, and the space dissolve into the clear light. So when we die, death Bardo is our mind is consciousness dissolve into space, and the space dissolve into clear light. Luminosity and the inner breath ceases. Inner breath ceases. Then inner breath is gone, so it's called Bardo of reality. Bardo of reality or inner nature, dharmata, begins when the inner breath ceases, and when one no longer has a physical form of flesh and blood, characteristic of the Bardo of reality. Consciousness leaves the body, dissolve into space, and then space dissolve into clear light, luminosity, inner breath ceases. The clear light luminosity that shines forth is the inner nature of the mind. So that is the inner nature of the Dharmata, reality Bardo. So when we don't have this physical form body, and then characteristic of Bardo of reality arise, consciousness leave the body, dissolve into space, and then space dissolve into clear light luminosity, inner breath ceases. So the clear light luminosity that shines forth is the inner nature of the mind. We have to recognize this clear light luminosity. If you recognize this clear light luminosity, you can liberate in that place. If you don't recognize, then goes like just step by step into Bardo. Then this clear light luminosity also arises in the Yidam deity form. So peaceful deities, wrathful deities, where it's come from? This all is come from clear light luminosity. So that's whatever experience arises, we have to recognize. Bardo of reality or inner nature, dharmata, things that must be considered in the Bardo of dreaming. Those without experience, with meditating on the nature of mind and recognize what is happening, will go on to experience manifestations of peaceful and wrathful deities. Those who practice meditative absorption and are able to recognize what is going on can avoid this manifestation and attain liberation in the Bardo of reality. So when Bardo of reality arises, we have to know this our experience. We have to recognize that. What happened will go on to experience manifestation. Our manifestation is peaceful and wrathful deity arise. So this wrathful, peaceful deity, when it arises, we have to recognize these wrathful deities, peaceful deities come from actually the reality or inner nature. Is arise to the peaceful deities, wrathful deities. Those who practice meditative absorption and are able to recognize, see, who meditate, they can recognize. Who don't meditate, they don't recognize. What is the recognized benefit? When you recognize, you are liberated. If we don't recognize, we go to the samsara. What is going on can avoid this manifestation and attain liberation in the Bardo of reality. How can avoid this Bardo of real going on can avoid this manifestation and attain liberation in the Bardo of reality. So Bardo of becoming begins when one has a Bardo body that has the nature of light, slightly luminous, giving off a glow. And when we enter a womb, Bardo of birth begins, characteristic of the Bardo of becoming, the light from one's own body, enable us to see where we are going, able to see all others wandering in the Bardo with them. One instantly goes to whatever place they think of except into womb of a mother. So this the Bardo of becoming. This Bardo of becoming, these beings has lots of suffering because due to the fears. Why is it that they have a lot of fears? In their Bardo have so many different kind of experience arise. So if they don't recognize, then everything is like frightening for them. Is that reason there's so much suffering in the Bardo, Bardo of becoming. So who recognize and there are not much suffering in the Bardo of becoming. One instantly goes whatever place thing of this is all this experience. Becoming characteristic of Bardo of becoming. We know all the thoughts of relatives and friends and kinship people in the human realm. Can you hear or no? So I lost my connections in the airbeat.
Can hear, yes.
Thank you. So we know all these thoughts of relatives and friends can see people in the human realm. Pains, suffering, hunger, thirst, cold and heat, and all sorts of fear, anxiety, and panic. Beings are constantly transported from place to place by their unstable thoughts. Experiences in the first half of time in the Bardo are related to the life we left behind. In the second part, experience shift to appearances of the approaching next life. So this all is a Bardo of becoming that beings. So first, like 25 days, experience previous life. Next, 24 days, future life experience for them. So there is a half, Bardo are related to the life we left behind. Half of the time, divided. Bardo of becoming, things that must be considered in the Bardo of becoming. Majority of beings have a mixture of virtue and no virtue, virtue and no virtue, and will wander for a while in the Bardo of becoming. Those who have engaged in strong no virtuous deeds will instantly arrive in hell realms. If you complete great virtue in your lifetime, you will go directly to a Buddha's pure land. That is who has strong no virtuous deeds that just directly go on the lower realms. Who has good practice dharma, that person is go to the Buddha's pure land. So other mostly beings just go to the Bardo of becoming. 6 Bardos of single existence. Okay, so now we finish. This 6 Bardo we finish. Actually, not much to share with you today because we already go through that in the Bardo of hearing liberation. How many weeks we talked? Like more than 2 months, right? I think.
5 weeks.
Do you have any questions?
I have a
5
question.
weeks. Oh, yes.
So if in your current life, you manage to develop a great deal of patience and almost conquer anger. Nobody can completely, it's hard to completely conquer it. Will you see fewer wrathful deities and more peaceful deities in the Bardo?
Can you say again what are people who do?
Okay, so if a person develops a great deal of patience
Yes.
and almost conquers any anger, have a lot of anger, then when they're in the Bardo, will they see more peaceful deities than wrathful?
So if it's someone no any anger, you mean?
Yeah.
So that is not related to the peaceful deity and the wrathful deities.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's you see the peaceful or wrathful is dependent on your practice. And this first is like arise in the peaceful. If you recognize you have a liberation chance. The second is wrathful deity arise. But of course, people who don't have anger, so that can maybe free from exactly the most is like, okay, that is free from hell realms. Because anger is anger is a cause. The result is arise into the hell realms. Result is not the peaceful deity and wrathful deity. I mean, no wrathful deity, right? Result is a hell realm. So not going to hell realms.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Lona has a question, looks like. Whereas usually we have Sylvia and
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Sandra. Yes, yes.
I want to just express deep gratitude for your teaching. My name is also Thomas, and I live in San Clemente, California. And I feel very fortunate that you did that teaching.
You're welcome.
Khenpo, I have a question.
Yes.
So when someone is deceased, and we perform the deceased ritual to help them, what exactly are we helping them? Are we helping them to? Are we accumulating merits for them so they can go into a better rebirth, or
Yes.
is that right? Okay, so
Yeah.
we're not really helping them to understand that they are in the Bardo and they need to go to a place that has better birth.
They need to go to where?
So are we helping them to accumulate better, more merit? Or
Yes,
are we
yes.
helping them to guide them through the Bardo stage to the rebirth stage?
Yes. That's why we have this herring liberation teaching. Are you there, Joy?
No.
Okay, so herring liberation teaching is always like that, guiding for helping for disease to liberate. If you cannot liberate, then like go to choose the good life. So everything is a guiding for them.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So same is like someone don't know how to go to where they have to go. They're stuck somewhere. Then someone shows you map. Someone shows you GPS, like that. Guiding. This hearing liberation teaching is guiding for them which go to right direction or to get the right direction.
But to go to the right
So
direction.
we does things. See, we does things happening for like someone lost the road, like example, very dangerous. If you lost, you can be, falling to die. So dangerous place. So many like tigers, lions, any other gangs, like danger place you lost. You don't know how to go. You don't know where you have to go. You don't know where this dangers. So then someone give you the maps. Okay, you have to go through this way in the right direction. So you use that to go right direction. Same like that, in the Bardo, we can help for them. Yeah, practice also help them. Just recognize also go to right direction.
Okay, so the deceased ritual actually have two purpose. It's not just accumulating good merits for them. It's also to guide them to a better rebirth.
Yes, so if someone has practice in this life, then of course, like somewhere you're going, so before you go that place, you know all these maps, so you're not going to lost. So people who practice in the living Bardo, when they get in the death Bardo and reality Bardo, they recognize what they have to do. They know that whatever this experience come into the living Bardo, in the death Bardo and reality Bardo, they recognize what is that. So then there no need fear, no suffering. They can go to right direction. So that's why we practice right now. So then some people don't have instructions living time practice. So then also we can someone die, so we can guide them. But that is we don't know 100% like benefit. Maybe just sometimes a good benefit is sometimes not much. Of course, sometimes they don't have a good guide, So think about the example, we die, we don't know who's going to guide us. No, everything's uncertainty, right?
Yeah.
So if we know, so like then no rely on somebody. And much we have confidence. So better, right? No rely on someone. Somebody is relying on or not, we don't know. And they're helping also, we don't know really how much they can help. So if you know ourselves before get this situation, is then much better. But the other also have another chance too. So we use both apply. We both apply everything. Try, Yeah.
So let's say in this pandemic, just in the last few months, let's say in the US, like I think it's over 100,000 people or so has already died. So if they never received any deceased ritual, then they are at the mercy of whatever the merits they have accumulated, right, during their lifetime. Or many previous lifetime, but if somebody, how does that compare to somebody who has practiced and has accumulated and has a deceased ritual? Like, do we really know that, the person who had the ritual will actually be guided and have will go to the right direction?
Yes. So you mean the true difference, right?
Yeah.
So someone is no have any guide, so they don't know anything. So we guide them. We can help them or not, right?
Right.
So example, you said like right now many people pass away, dying. So they don't know anything spiritual. This hearing liberations. Someone help for use this hearing liberation can benefit them or not? You mean?
Yes.
So that's we don't know, everything is uncertain. That's only Buddha understand, because it's subtle cause karma cause and effect, the connections, subtle level connections. We don't know. But if we don't benefit, no harm for that person, that is absolute 100% sure. So can have or not is depending on the person who chant prayer. That person really need compassion, connect with the disease. If you don't have that connection much, that's just chance, maybe not much benefit. That person also who pass away, that person also due to karma,
Okay.
And so many subtle level connections, we don't know that. It's like, just we try to help them to chant, but we don't know. Cannot be same everyone,
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
There are some in-between prayers that we chant. Is that right?
Which one?
The prayers that are chanted for someone who's dying, what do you call those prayers?
Prayer is called hearing liberation. Hearing liberation chant for the disease. But of course, there are so many different rituals. Not only one, so many different kind of rituals, practice. So every is a benefit for the disease. Prayers.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, if we let's say practice recite the Amitabha mantra every day for all of the ones that are deceased, would that help them to at least give them some merit for them to find the right direction?
Yeah, just we need first, of course, bodhicitta, good intention, compassion for the disease. Then you chant the Amitabha, practicing prayers. After we need dedication.
Okay.
So that's all have to come together.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. Okay. So I think it's not much questions because mostly is here is we are in the hearing liberation teaching. Who has hearing liberation teaching? So that is like just today right now what I share is a piece of a cake. Right?
Good.
Piece of a cake. Yes, Mary, yes. Yeah.
Easy as pie.
Yes. So now you recognize this hearing liberation is so much elaborated and more informations. So this 6 Bardos is short, but today also you know the law 6 Bardos whole like the directions going, cyclic existence.
I have a
Khenpo,
quick,
go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
I have a quick question. So it looks like not everyone goes through the Bardo of meditation. Is that correct?
No, that's talking about the Bardo of reality. No, Bardo of meditation is in the right now living Bardo. Of course, many people don't do. How many people knows how to meditate in the United States before die?
I think not so many.
Okay, so that not so many. So that's all people don't have this meditation, Bardo of meditation.
Okay, so yeah, all right. So we say there's 6 Bardos, but not everybody goes through all 6 because some people don't have enough knowledge to do that.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe some people don't have a dreaming.
Right.
So if they don't have a dream, then no dream Bardo for that person.
Is it correct to say that it's the virtues of someone's life, the virtuous life that people lead that allow them to to be in a better place at death?
Yes, yes. So virtuous deeds is result is a happiness, is that helps like goes to better place.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Bardo, when then our companies virtuous, like positive companies, virtuous deeds. Okay, so looks everyone okay already. No more questions. Then I'm going to chant the short dedications. Ma zara sanje nama daye dan yese jo tu je jembo dan yong de senban de jen do nan la sanje san sen ba min ko de jian on zara ba de me ba ye de wa jin ye sa ve yen gan de na yin de ne zen be jir ma da ji wa yin je par ma ju par de re jin ne nan de yang dong yo de ge da ge mo lan da ba ni so je san zen dang je je ge men zhe bar xin je la de so de ya da ben zan zhe ya a wang bo de na ye zo san zen Rinpoche ma je ba nam je je ba nyam ba me ba yang gong ne gong de be wa yu su nam de ye dam je ze ba nye dom na nye be da na ba ji ga nam je ba lan chu ba ye si ben zo len ro wa yu. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Khenpo.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you, Khenpo.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Khenpo.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow,
Oh, no, it's 12, 11 o'clock, sorry.
Eastern time.
Eastern time, 11 o'clock.
Thanks, Mary.
Eastern time, 6 o'clock. Eastern time, 6 o'clock. Two. We have two programs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, we have two programs. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. See you later.
Bye, everybody.
See you, Deb.
Bye, Debbie.
She'll be
Bye-bye.
around.
Bye-bye, Lorna. Bye, everybody.
See you
Bye.
next time.
I'm out of here.
Okay.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye. Bye. See you, Marilyn.